I am Vanya, and I'm Russian. I would say nowadays it is quite hard to meet a Russian in the Western Europe. We came here together with my family. My wife works for Total Energies. She was able to find career opportunities in the headquarters, and we moved last year. I came to France late December, just before the Christmas, and that was my goal to move in 2023. My family came earlier. I had to stay longer in Russia to close all the gaps at my previous employer. Oh yes, for sure. And my I suppose this employer is doing great job in for the foreigners coming to Paris, so it was quite smooth. Also, Paris is not in the middle of nowhere, so it's a capital of the European country. It is pretty much comfortable. Yes, I came here from Moscow. Of course, the first thing is weather. This year it was pretty much snowy in Moscow. The snow drifts were almost 2 meters high. Yeah, and when I came here, it was sunny. It was quite warm. I would say around 12. Uh, instead of -12 in Moscow. I know that a lot of people from coming from Africa or Latin America, they complain on the weather, including United States. So they complain a lot because it is rainy here and most of the time cloudy, as they think. I personally believe it is super sunny and the weather is fantastic because in my home country you could not even see the sun starting from November to maybe late February. It's cloudy, it is dark. Of course, there is quite a big difference. The first difference is I had to be alone in New York, so my family stayed in my home country, and I miss them a lot. It's so-called geographical bachelor. Uh, when I was talking to my friends and colleagues that I'm going to New York and my family would live, would stay in Moscow, they were all laughing, saying, "Oh, how pity, Vanya, you go alone and you leave your wife and two small kids here." Because when your kids are quite small, they are busy. But in reality, it is. I didn't like this experience at all. I was missing them a lot, and when you get used to spend your time with your family, it is quite unnormal to find yourself alone. Of course, it was that was the most difficult part. The easiest part of the assignment was that I was with the same company. It was Citibank. I used to work for Citibank in Moscow, and it appeared that all the practices, I would say, that I found in Moscow were absolutely the same in New York. And it was easy. We spoke the same language to my colleagues. The business was absolutely the same. The priorities were absolutely the same. I would say that in terms of the regular living, Russians are a lot more closer mentally to Americans rather than Europeans. I don't know how it works because like the distance, like if you go through the Atlantic Ocean from Moscow to New York, is a lot bigger distance than, let's say, to Paris or to London or to any European city, but mentally or your daily routine, like from Americans, so it's a lot more closer to what I used to in my home country rather than here. Starting from the restaurants, um, in Europe, they pay a lot more attention to the food and quality of the food rather than interior, your facilities, and all that stuff. In Russia, it is as much important the interior, the exterior of the restaurant, your experience, like a part of which happens a part of the food quality. In America, it is almost the same. I think it was quite easy decision because like Moscow is not the most hospital city nowadays in the world because of the geopolitics and all those things happening in my country. Um, of course, we were thinking of moving somewhere. My wife was able to find the new career opportunity first, and as we agreed, I followed her. I was pretty much confident that I have like pretty strong career story. The Citibank has an office here, so I thought there should not be a problem for me to find a job here. To my regret, it appeared slightly different. um, when I started working, looking into career opportunities in Paris, it appeared that there were a lot of vacancies here in Paris, like around 20. That's quite a lot compared the France was not the key market for Citibank for some years. After the Brexit, they started moving some of the operations or headquarters stuff from London to Paris and to Frankfurt. I think there are a lot of European countries do this either. Um, but when it was time to apply, uh, they made a kind of a restructure across the franchise. I mean, like in all of the countries. So they announced that they're gonna have staff reductions. Of course, firstly they removed the vacancies, the different slots. So from 20 over the night, it came to zero. uh, also, anyway, I thought that's not an issue either. That I have been working for 20 years for an international company. I had a strong track record there, so I have a lot of achievements over there, and I was able to survive a lot of waves of the staff reductions because I was high potential and so on. I thought that they're gonna find like the different job, like in any other French bank or so. It appeared to be not that easy. Now, when I go deep into the subject of this recruitment story in Paris, I read a lot more articles that a lot of people spend like years to find a job here. I don't know why, because I see a lot of vacancies. And what's wrong, like with either those people or with companies that they are not employing, though they have like vacancies. But yeah, this is something new that I need to discover. I had my first job for summer when I was, I think, 13 or 14. My mom, she was running her her private business, and I was helping her. Then I was full-time employee since I was 18, I think, and I was studying in the university uh, during the evening hours. So, like after these many years of full-time job, I enjoy my time spending with my family. Um, I loved cooking, but I didn't have much time to do that previously. Now I cook for my kids, for my wife, for myself. It is quite easy doing this in Paris because you have a lot of quality ingredients and products here. Apart of cooking, like just walking, Paris is so beautiful. You can just walk and enjoy what you see. Yes, I'm looking for a job. I'm sending my CV to applying for different ones. Luckily, there are so many international companies, and I'm sure that someday I will succeed. We'll see how it goes. I know that in terms of the immigration processes, it is not that easy nowadays in Paris. Um, I think we would need to take the decision in 3 years. After 3 years, what we're gonna do next? If either we move to some other country, or we stay here, or we go back. If the things improve. After my experience in New York, I would say that the most important thing is to be together, like um, regardless of anything. And even though I'm here, I'm I'm not employed. I'm looking, and I do not get any response, and it might be hard and so on. But we are together. This is the most important. So my wife have had to move here earlier than we moved our kids, and I have to stay there like for several months. It was easier because I was in my native city, and I had all my friends and so on. But of course, even though it was easier, being together with my family is a lot more important to me than being apart. I loved the time here. I spent here. It was right in right in time because I moved here late December, and I came to absolutely French end of February maybe. So I was here for almost a month and a half. So it was quite hard for me. So like no friends here, no routine like with employers, in the office or with colleagues and so on. And so I met new friends, I met new people. Everybody was so friendly, and of course I like the way they were able to build the educational process. I didn't. It was not boring at all. It was fun. I spent quality time with my new friends, and at the same time, I was gaining in French. Heureusement, heureusement, yeah. Of course, I love all the words that starts with H because they do not pronounce, and it is, to my mind, it is so beautiful. The most hard word to me is still mercredi because there is two R and C in between. It is too hard for me. Beautiful, cozy, and I would say small. Small maybe is not the right word. It is more like how it's Swedish word. Yeah, there is a special word when you feel like you are sitting at home by the fireplace and feel this warm and one of the most favorite. Obviously, this is absolutely French at Faraday. Uh, the second one be Parc Monceau, and the third one it is Rue du Commerce. It's in the 15th arrondissement, 15e arrondissement, 15th district. It's close to my apartment. It's like a concentration of the flavor of all the European cities. It is small, quite narrow, shop in every building. If you want, you would feel like in London or Madrid or Paris or any other European city. I really liked it. Lots of people, quite busy, loud. Yeah.